guys, Rebecca here from Back to Balance Chiropractor, and this video is going to be on ways to make your plane seat and your plane journey more comfortable. This forms part of our travel video series, and if you are like most of us, me included, haven't yet gone into first class or business class, and I'm sure that those seats are more comfortable, wider, longer, etc. So apart from obviously being able to go upgrade to that, I would definitely suggest thinking about upgrading to like premium economy. The seats are normally slightly wider and slightly more legroom as well, so that's what, if it's possible, that's what I try and do for myself. Also, these days you can often choose your seat before you fly and check in online, so I would definitely see if you can choose those emergency exit seats, which are normally reserved for adults because they're right near the bulkheads and they're wider and longer in terms of legroom. So if you can do that, I would definitely encourage you to do that. In terms of physically what you can do, you can take things like a very small hot water bottle. It's like a half-size hot water bottle. Make sure obviously it's not filled up with water before you get on, but ask the air crew, the cabin crew to put some hot water in there for you. So it's a really nice size. You can put it in the small of your back. I would also encourage you, if they're not giving out pillows or rugs, that you bring up a rolled up towel or jumper or something, and you can put that into the small of your low back. That's often quite useful for keeping the low back in a nice sort of upright position rather than a slumped position. Also, there's other things. You can have one of these beanbaggy neck pillows, which a lot of people are having at the moment. I myself actually have one of these blow up neck supports. It cost me I think £5, and it obviously then folds down really small, and then you can blow it up. And I like to have it in my neck because just in case I start to drift off to sleep, it makes sure that I'm not like falling asleep like this, that at least my neck is slightly supported. So think about a neck pillow or one of those blow up little pillows. Also, in terms of position when you're sitting on the plane, this goes for most things, driving, at the desk and plane seats. We often advise that there is an angle that's at least 90 degrees, if not up to about 110 degrees. Let me show you what I mean. What we want to have is our knees either horizontal or pointing slightly down. You do not want to have your knees pointing upwards at all. And your torso should be either upright or slightly angled backwards, so that the angle is between 90 and 110 degrees. This is our ideal. Other little top tips for surviving a plane: drink plenty of water. You get so dehydrated and you don't always realise it up there in altitude. So water. I know you might have to go to the toilet on the flight, but water, really top tip. The other things I would suggest is wear flight socks, wear comfortable shoes, things like flip-flops or trainers rather than tight boots, stilettos, things like that. Also think about the clothes you wear. You want, again, sort of loose or comfortable clothes. Jeans are not particularly comfortable when you're sitting down for a long time. They're sometimes tight. The zip doesn't work very well. It really digs in on your seat. So think about really nice comfortable clothing that's loose and comfortable. Have nothing in your pockets. Even think about maybe ditching the belt as well. Just really nice, loose, comfortable around the waist and hip area. Also, if you're going for a longish flight, I always take my earplugs. For me, I love it when it's nice and quiet. Even if there's a screaming kid, I can put my earplugs in and I'm not too disturbed. So eye mask and earplugs, I would definitely say, is a good little top tip. And also move around, or at least do those stretches with your ankles and legs. You can easily do it when you're seated, or at least get up and move around, obviously preventing DVT. So you can do your ankles upwards and downwards, round in circles. You can also do that for your neck and shoulders, but for the low back you do need to get up and move around a bit. So think about moving as often as you can. And be mindful of your head position. I think this is my last top tip. Think about head position. If we're looking down and reading a book, or if our film screen that we're watching is down or off to one side, this is a classic case of getting neck or shoulder problems. So little top tip, try and have it at least a bit more upright for you, have the screen more central, be careful not to be twisting to one side too much. So those are my top tips for making your plane journey, especially your plane seat, a bit more comfortable. Any questions or queries, or even some other tips that I've forgotten to include, feel free to post them down. We'll always try and reply to as many of them as possible. So take care for now. Enjoy your flight. Bye.